Hi Mark, nice to speak to you. So these questions aren't going to be in any kind of biographical order, but I just wanted to ask you first of all about using your voice in business. You've been delivering lots of talks recently. You also go into schools. You work alongside Lord Sugar. How important is your voice as an instrument?
Well, I think your voice is the most important instrument, especially as a business owner, because even after talking here today, my intention was not to get business, but to educate people about digital marketing, about technology, and what we've actually come out of it is customers for my company, and that's all come from the power of my voice. People talk about cold calling and business acquisition, but coming and educating people is one, educating yourself, but two, it grows yourself and your business.
I think you're an excellent educator and really passionate about what you do. I also wanted to mention, the education system in the UK. You go into schools for free, you give talks. I personally feel there's really room for an overhaul. What are your thoughts about that in this country?
Yeah, I think that the business studies at the school level in this country is a disgrace, to be quite frank. We teach kids about stuff that's not really relevant. If you took a kid out of grade 11 right at the moment, 16, 17 years old, can they open a bank account for a business? Can they register a business at Companies House? Do they know how to start a company and run it successfully, whether that's a small company, and grow it for the future? And the answer is no. They know Pythagoras theorem for maths class. They know all of this stuff, but nothing that I've ever used in the real world. And I think that the reason I go into talks and deliver them for free is because kids will pick up one or two things from my talks, and hopefully it encourages them to go start a business with the right tools.
I think they absolutely will be inspired. But how about those people, who've left school, who've maybe, had a bit of a slump, had really rubbish careers, education, and kind of over 35, and a little bit further along? How about in terms of online marketing and educating them? I mean, how can you help them, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, these people are great because, no one is ever down and out as long as you're willing to learn. Continual education is the key, I think, to being successful in any industry. I've just designed one of the first digital marketing courses, a level 1, 2 and 3 course in digital marketing, an introduction to digital marketing, and this is will be available from Climb Online. We're going to deliver it into schools for free and low cost through Princess Trust and other organisations to help people get into this sector at little to no cost.
Well, you've really made me think about, online marketing and SEO and things I knew nothing about. I also wondered, working with Lord Sugar, what have you learned? You seem like someone who's a sponge. You're really hungry to learn and to improve yourself. What have you learned as an individual throughout this whole kind of few years and setting up your business?
I've learned so much. I've learned that I don't know it all, and that you've got to trust in other people. You need good staff in business. You need to be continual learning. You need a good mentor, and you need to be a master in your own industry. I think for me, a lot of people don't invest enough time learning about their own space. If you want to be the best, you need to learn how to be the best. You need to find good staff, educate yourself, and talk to other people in your industry about problems and successes that you're having.
I mean, I've never met someone quite so motivated and fired up. How do you stay that way? How do you keep your eye on the ball every day,
I guess it's like, I don't when you've got a car and it runs out of petrol, I don't wait till the tank's empty before I put more petrol in. I'm continually topping myself up. I read a lot of books, I listen to a lot of audio books, and I'm continually surrounded by people that are hungry, wanting to learn, wanting to be successful. You're a reflection of the 5 people you hang around the most. If you hang around with losers, you become a loser. If you hang around with successful, motivated people, they pull you up on the days that you're down.
Just lastly, what would you say to someone who's maybe started a business and hasn't been successful, or maybe like yourself, is in a youth hostel, hasn't got anywhere to live, but maybe some great ideas? And what would you say to kind of inspire them? Well, you have done today already, but to get them on the right track in terms of entrepreneurship?
Well, I've been in this position, and the key is to find something you like doing, you enjoy doing, that you're passionate about, something that and start it straight away. A lot of people wait too long to get going, and they go into something because someone else was successful in it. I went into something that I knew about and that I was already working in, and that's what Lord Sugar saw in me. An investor and opportunities are looking for people that know what they're talking about. So they say it's better to have an opportunity. It's better to not have an opportunity and be prepared rather than not be prepared and have an opportunity. You need to pick an industry, learn about it, then go after it.
And this is my last question. You seem absolutely full of motivation and amazing quotes and things. What would be kind of your top 1 or 2 mottos or quotes, if you have any?
Well, I think my favourite comes from Napoleon Hill, and basically it says whatever the mind can conceive, you can achieve. It means whatever you think about, most of the time you become. If you think in positive terms, you get positive results. If you think in negative terms, you get negative results.
Hi, I'm here with Andy Strong and Adam Neal, both from local businesses in Kingston. What did you both think of the talk, and how will it help you with your businesses?
The talk was great because it didn't just focus on Mark's business now, but it really focused on his journey. And I think when you use something like that, it makes it much easier to relate to. So then when you come around to looking at the details of what his business is, you already understand why he's doing it, and that just makes it easier to relate to.
Absolutely. And how about you, Adam? What were your thoughts?
I've got a very local business in carpet upholstery cleaning, and I like the way he kept referring to plumbers. He could have been talking about carpet cleaning, he could have been talking about fitness training. It's a very personal story he gave, which made it very interesting. I'm afraid I missed the Apprentice episode where he was on and he won, but I learned a lot about his business. I thought he was very amusing, had a very funny story, and what I like the most is he came from such a small village in Australia. There weren't any traffic lights, and it just shows you with the right gumption and the right tools, you can do anything you want.
That's great. And what are your takeaways from the talk, perhaps to use in the near future with your own businesses?
I think it with Mark, it's easy to say, you know, he's been on The Apprentice, he's a TV personality, but when you listen to his story, as Adam says, he's a humble background, as all of us are, and you just got to be driven, motivated, and just go after it relentlessly. And he's a shining example of that. So that's great.
That's very true, isn't it? And how about yourself?
Well, what I've taken away, his business is digital technology, which I know very little about, and what I'm going to take away from the talk is that I need to embrace it a lot more. Yeah.
Absolutely, I can agree with you both 100%. Thank you very much.